Alright, hello and welcome back. So, let's just continue where we left off. And we are actually going to set up the dialog stuff today. Let's have a see. We have the name here, alright. And we have the bottom here. Let's just remove that. Let's just remove everything inside of it. Left image. See, how did I actually set it up on the other one? We just quickly. Alright, that's a little weird we did that, but alright. So we're going to put that in the right corner and just put it up like this, I guess. And add oh, add a UI image. What do we have? Image, and just make it fill everything. And let's just put in. Wait, so if we put in nothing, this goes in. Well, that's not really what I want. The raw image then. Right, so if it is null. Well, that's not great. Screw it. We're just gonna go with image. I think that's pretty alright. So let's just have the look at numbers and say like 130 and wait, is this the height? So if I do, oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Alright, so just going to say fill everything. Actually, we're going to copy paste this and put that in the other corner. And take the name of this and go bye bye. There's the name. And I think we have them now. Left and right image. Let's just change the image inside of them. I think it was right image was supposed to be, yeah, like this. Da, 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 da. And let's see, we have our text field here actually. Let's just make that fill everything now. Maybe not, just have a little bit in the bottom. That isn't there. Alright. Let's take the name. Actually, I wanted the background color to be different, like black. Actually, I wanted more black. Because I want the text to be white. Let's just do the same thing here. Text white. Black panel completely black. And what if we set it to like 150? Yes, let's do that. Yeah, same with the alpha. Basically the name thing, let's make it a little smaller. There we go. The reason why this is set in the bottom here is because then the box, the text box and the panel is always anchored down here. So I prefer that. But if you want to change that, well, just, you know, change it. That is a weird thing to say. Just do it. Uh, yeah, let's just make it really big. Then we have more to work with. Then, alright, I actually like this. This actually looks just like how I wanted it. Alright, let's save this. And let's make the new dialog controller. Actually, we should probably fill all of those out here first. The language controller is as it should. This is a thing it is as it should. This is not as it should be now. So this is different now. So let's go in and change that one. So, actually we need to go in and make the two other ones first. So let's just go in and make this one first. This is the condition one, right? Yeah. It is not a mono game. And let me just copy paste those over here. Quickly. Alright, so what is happening right here? Well, we have something called a condition float check, where we take in the current value and the value we need to check. and then we take in the thing we need to do with. So equals, well, it goes into the equal values where it pretty much just goes as this equals this value. If it is, well, it returns a true. Then big ends. If it is bigger and smaller, we can go down here. It's pretty much check, is the current value bigger or equals to it? I know we pretty much do the same thing all the way here. So it returns values. Down here, we pretty much do the same thing just with a bool. In theory, probably didn't need to make methods to do those checks here. But hey ho, right? And then we of course have a check here. So if, you know, if it takes in something that isn't there, it will send a debug. Even though it shouldn't be possible for it to do it, but we already made a safe function for it. But here are the values, so those are the bool checks. Then we have the equals bigger, equals smaller, value bigger, value smaller. And again, you can just get this on GitHub. There's no need for you to write all this down if you don't want to. And let's go in and do the same thing with the modifier. Compile, compile, compile. Modifier. Zip. Blibbity blobbity. And away you go. Right, so the modifier. What does that do? Well, first we check if it is supposed to set it to true or to false. It pretty much just returns this one. It pretty much means that we can just give it this and it will return a false true. Down here, it will pretty much, we send in the value, and this one will then check are you going to send a positive value back or a minus value back. What this does, so we don't have into our dialog go to at minus 100. We don't need to do that, we can just type 100. And that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much, of course, this only works with the subtract, and add. Alright. Alright, so now we can actually go into our game events and let's go into game events. Alright, right here. Alright, so just gonna copy paste the first part over. Let's actually just remove that part there. Blibbity blop. Alright, so first up we have the random color event. I think that is the good old one. And where we can assign it to the action. But the new ones is that we instantiate the ones we just made, the string event condition and the string event modifier, so we can call the functions inside of them. Then of course we have the instant, making it sure so we can call it. Then we have I actually think we had that before, just making sure that it continues, it doesn't destroy when we load new scene. And then we have call random color, that where we call this event, well, it will invoke this one here, all with the specific int on it. Alright, and next up we need those two here. So, the reason why I made them virtual, and they pretty much have no function inside of them, is because we are going to make sure that each specific example runs their own code. Because as you can see, player, that contains this one here, well, that needs to check on money and health and did we talk. But the base version of the dialog, the game event, don't even know that those exists. So that's why we are going to just save here, and we will then, compile again, beautiful. Then roll all the way down to game event example scene 1, and just go be gone. And game events. That means we can now override those here. So override. I'm just gonna be lazy and actually copy paste them in. A lot easier. So, hibbity hobbity, copy pastity. Alright, so what are we exactly doing here? Well, we are overriding the other dialog condition event. It takes in the string, so we know which string we are going. to use, and that string is used to find out, the name of the event, and that is pretty much this one here. All right. So if it is money, well, then we will check on the condition here. That would go condition float check. We will go into the condition float check. As you can see, it will then add the current player's money and the value that we are sending through the condition, or the condition event. So that would be in a condition check. Let's just add one here. That says bigger than smaller, and we go 33 and go money. That means that the string event here will be money. This one here will be equals or smaller, right here, and the value will be 33. So we will go down here and find the player's money, the 33 value that we sent, and what type it is. We will then go in here. The current value is 10. I think it was, let's say the player has 10 money, and the current value is no, that is the check value. That was 33, and this one here was bigger than smaller. So we go down to bigger than smaller. Let's go down and have a look in that one, and it just checks, is 10 smaller than 33? It is, so it returns a true. So we go all the way back. That means this one will now return a true for our event. So will return a true. So it has now checked if the player's money is smaller than the value in this example. And we pretty much do the same thing here and here, except this one here is a condition bool check instead of a float check. Down here, where we need to actually change the value itself, well, there we need to call the modifier float check and modify float check, and down here we are calling the modifier bool check. However, we can also just use this function here instead. It was something I made just to show that you can do this instead if you want to. As you can see right here, we are actually using the find object player. We should probably not call this every time. We should probably up in the top, so it tries to find the player in the beginning instead of keep doing this. So there are definitely some performance checks you should do in here, performance improvements. But for example scene, don't really think too much about it. All right. And here we pretty much just set the value that we get back into did we talk. But here you can see we are actually calling the modifier money state. That way the event will also be called, not the event, sorry, the action will also be invoked, meaning whenever we change it through the dialog modify event, we'll also change the UI. So when if we pay a person in dialog through this through the event here, the money in our UI will also be updated. I hope that makes sense. Okay. You can also add other actions to it. So I don't know if you have a reputation or something like that, reputation meter or karma meter. You can also do that way. So you have specific check that you need to be this evil to unlock the evil choice, and you need to be this good to unlock the good choice. You can also do it that way. But alright, I think that is it for this specific part of it. Alright, save it. Let's just quickly save the scene as well. Alright, so we did jump a little around in it, so I actually don't know which of them we have already fixed. So we fixed that one, the game event, the language, the base player, the face cam. I think those here we have not. Yeah, this one we did, this one we did. I don't. Let's just quickly check if this one is the same. Alright, so E false. Yep, that seems to be fine. So it's pretty much those down here. The continue button. Actually, let's just go in and have a look. What is inside the continue button? Oh yeah. All right, so this one will be making much later. Fine. Let me just quickly have a look at time. Ah yeah, we have lots of time. Beautiful. All right, so let's just go in here then and have a quick look see of what I recreated. So I am going to take this entire thing here. Oh, that's pretty much deleted everything. Alright, so pluck. Alright, so we have a reference to the dialog UI through a game event, a game object. Then we have the text, lift image, buttons, buttons 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This new system is only going to have 3 buttons. Yeah, I'm lazy and didn't want it to deal with more buttons. I'm sorry. And we will have a continue button as well. Then we will have a color for when you disable the text and when you disable buttons. And we'll also have a color for when it returns to the right, when the text is in inexable. Bleh. In Yep, it says right there. I'm sorry, but I couldn't pronounce that. All right, so we're also going to have those beautiful things here. Let's just have a look see at the stuff. But actually, let's just quickly go and make the buttons fast. Let's go into scene. And here, I think it's on the text, right? Let me just quickly look at my other scene. Right, so we have buttons. Now I wonder, can I just be a really lazy person and copy it over? No, that would have been too easy. Ah, and here I just wanted to be lazy. I can't just go copy and go, ah, I really wanted to just copy it over. Alright, so let's just make it then. We make the buttons. Let's just see the button fills the entire area. For some reason. Why does it do that? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Wait, what? Now I'm a little bit confused. Oh, alright. Sorry, I was just completely confused on what I was doing on the other screen. Apparently I moved the buttons down a little, and then I made a button. So let's go in. 2 buttons. I'm really sorry about me just spacing out for a second. So what we did here were we use the red layer, and then we ignored the height, but told it that it should control the widget of it. All right. So we're going into button, and we are going to set the color of the button to be completely see-through. All right. And then we're gonna go into the text and tell it, well, you are now red, and you are on the other side and top. And the text, let's just make sure it's the same text size, 35, 35. And that means we need to make this bigger. Slow. If we just do this, yes. Da 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 da. Just need a lot of text. No, how about we just go button a bunch of times. I like that. Good. There we go. Alright. So if I then press play, let's just have the mouse over it and see what the... And the mouse is not string. Why is it not doing that? Not because... Don't tell me it's something I need to just have with 1 in alpha. Why don't tell me it's because I need to go normal, set that to 1. And then press play. Yeah, I forgot. Is that the text inside we need to the size? It's the button. There we go. Much better. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, the highlight definitely needs to be changed to like gray something. Maybe remove the alpha a little, like... Yeah, that's not really much better. How did I actually do it under the screen? Let me just quickly look. Of course it removes it, so it becomes rather hard to check. Oh, this is fine for now. Let's just keep it that. It's not the most pretty one I wanted, but hey, it works. Then we just need 1 and 2 and 3. So we're actually going to delete that one because then we... this might a little too big, the buttons. So if we just move that up here, then we have less text area. How about we make the button text a little smaller? Like 30? Because then we can squeeze in a little more. Like this, and just go be gone. 1, 2, 3. Go button. There we go. We can move it a little to the side, like this. And maybe a little up. There we go. Alright. So now the buttons should be there. We also just need the continue button. So we are going to, let's just be lazy and copy paste this and call it if I could spell it correctly, T-E-N-V-E, continue. Remove those. Just put it in the bottom. Put it in the bottom. Oh yeah, we need to remove this part here. Tell it to go down there. Mirror it together. Let's just hide the other buttons so it's a little easier to read. Go inside here. Just have continue. Have it in the middle and have it all the way down. Zoom in. Oh no, not that one. This one here. And move it a little bit up. Like this. And then if you want to, we could just add a small image. UI. Image. Do we actually have anything for this? We're just gonna use the check mark for now. Oh, that's a little way too big. Ah. There we go. Now this should definitely be a space icon, but just to show you. Oh, I forgot we need to anchor it here. Here we go. Then it should be anchored correct as well. I think we should probably put the image inside it. Let's just try hold the mouse over it and have a look. Oh, that's horrible. Definitely needs to change the color thing on that one. Highlighting. Go like 150. Make it half gray. Let's have a look. Fine enough. Fine enough. Actually, we should probably. I think the other buttons might also need. Yeah, we forgot the other button, so highlight it. Like half and 150. There we go. Just click them in like this. Okie dokie. And I think we are starting to get there. Save this scene. Have a look see at how long is this video. Um, you know what? Let's just go to dialog controller and drag them all in the right places. So this is button 1. Open up the text fields. Text 1, button 2, text 3. Ah, no, that was the wrong one. Ah, text 3. This is going well, isn't it? Let's just lock it then. And going, which one of those is the button? I think this was the button for continue. Oh, that's not the continue button, is it? Let's just drag in the text. Wait, is this the old one? I haven't pressed save. Yeah, damn it. And hibbity habbity hoobity, this now looks completely different. Okie dokie, so continue button. Oh yeah, that doesn't need to be renamed, so. Oh, it already filled those out, I guess. So the left image. This is the right image, right? Right, left. Close this down. Let's just take the text field and the name, just to be sure they are the right ones. And the dialog panel. And let me just quickly have a look-see at the color. I'm just gonna cheat and take the colors from the auto screen. Alright, so here we do. They actually needs to be all the way up. All the way up. And this one needs to be completely black. Beautiful. Alright. So this is when the text is disabled, so just will get a different color. And when the button is disabled, it will also be black instead. But then when we need, when it's reactivated, we need to change the color of the text back to white. So that's pretty much it. This way you can also pretty much easily just go in here and check it. Then you will do it for all the buttons at once instead. I'm not really sure this is a good way, a bad way to do it, but you know, it is a way to do it. Right, so let's save that and say thank you for watching and see you in the next video.